from the innkeeper.
I know some people might consider it a sin, but I haven't seen all the Friday movies. I've seen Friday, and I've seen Next Friday and Friday After Next, and part 4 I think is called Freaky Friday. But then I haven't been able to find the ones in between. It just jumps to Friday the 13th. Parts 5 through 12 I can't find anywhere. I mean, I've looked everywhere. They must not be very good because they're not easy to find. But while I continue looking for the other Friday movies, why don't you sit down and relax for the next tale that I like to call Wages of Sin.
Ever since your encounter with the ghost in the witch house, you have been forced to reconsider everything you know about life and death. Keziah Mason died over 200 years ago, but her spirit remains in the spectral mist. The same mist you encountered in Joseph Micah's manor. One question lingers in your mind as you consider the events that have transpired. Does Keziah's spirit linger because of the mist, or is the mist caused by her presence? Which is the disease, and which the symptom? The more you delve into Arkham's history of witchcraft and persecution, the more restless you become. Night after night, you are assaulted by terrible dreams, dreams of death and decay, of guilt and sin. There is an evil that dwells in this city, an evil that has long remained hidden in the darkness of Arkham's past. What's worse, your inquiry has reached an impasse. You believe that if you can find the coven of witches you saw in the woods that fateful night, you might be able to learn more about Keziah Mason or of this unspoken evil. As you go through your morning routine, your eyes drift across one of the smaller headlines of today's newspaper.
Ghost sightings at Hangman's Hill. Residents of Uptown claim to have seen human shapes in the thick fog emerging from Hangman's Brook.
It couldn't be a coincidence, could it? Then the realization draws upon you. If it is witches you seek, the only place you can be certain to find them is 6 feet underground, in the place where professed witches were executed all those years ago. Searching for specters in a graveyard may not be your safest bet, but you're not sure one can stay safe in the city anymore. The Hangman, surrender yourself to the path of sacrifice. Consider the good of all before you act. Let go. In pursuit of the dead, you have come to Hangman's Hill to investigate reports of ghost sightings and strange activity in the woods the last few nights, and to learn more about the witches who once hid in Arkham's past. Witches who have since emerged from the shadows in pursuit of some unholy purpose.
Alright, welcome to Wages of Sin. We are playing Father Mateo on standard difficulty through the campaign of Circle Undone in its entirety. He has earned 3 mental trauma and 1 physical trauma, from 2 mental from Arcane Research, 1 from a previous scenario, and 1 physical trauma from the last scenario. He has earned quite a bit of experience points throughout the campaign, and he starts at 5. So our deck currently, I believe, is at a total of 15 experience points. So the deck is decent right now. I definitely have some key cards that I do want to still put in here before I feel confident that the deck can handle its own. But he's been doing all right throughout the campaign. Can't complain. So hopefully we do decent in this one. This is a very difficult scenario. So in most of my past playthroughs, I've only been able to get 2 or 3 victory points. So I don't expect it to be any different in this one. If I get less than that, then there are probably issues. So this scenario has 2 encounter decks. One is a standard one and one is a spectral one. And the spectral one doesn't really come into play until you flip the locations to their spectral side, which you don't start to do until after you advance the first act. So you'll see what I mean if we make it there. I have been swarmed by enemies in the past in this scenario. So, you know, that's something that can certainly happen here. We're going to pull 2 random of these ghost things and put the rest aside. Alright, and with that done, we are now ready to begin. Oh wait, we got to pull these random locations. Okay. It's very interesting. It's one of the few scenarios with all the locations revealed, kind of, because their spectral side is a secret still, but your standard ones, when you first begin, the ones that you have to investigate, they come out revealed from the very beginning, so you know kind of what you're getting into. In other words, Haunted Fields and Abandoned Chapel have victory points, so we definitely want to hit those 2 first. I don't care about getting the clue at Hangman's Brook right now, and the Shadows 4, which is kind of a difficult test to start with. So we're going to move that away. Okay. This is actually a very good hand. So we got ways to investigate. We got ways to handle ourselves against enemies. Although there are enemies here that damage you when you kill them, but I think I'm going to keep this entire hand. I got 6 cents to investigate with. Shriveling for combat or protection against the encounter deck, Seal of the Elder Sign, and the Black Book, which is actually very nice. And cool. Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Wages of Sin. So I think we'll start by playing the Black Book. No, we'll start by playing 6 cents. 3 resources, 6 cents into play. And that allows us to investigate with our willpower. And if we reveal special symbol, we can choose a connection next to or connected location connected to our current location, and we can investigate there, which is pretty cool. So we played that. Let's go to Haunted Fields, and then I guess we'll go ahead and investigate. So we're going 4 to a 3. Next round I'll get the Black Book out and our willpower will go up. That's a 0. So we do get a clue on our way to earning a victory point. And that's turn number 1. So there are no enemies on the board, so we'll draw a card and miss. Nice, another way to deal with enemies. We'll get a resource. And so first doom goes on the agenda. And we get Centuries of Secrets. Oh, I do not like this card. Test 5. Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking. Test 5 willpower. I have a 4, so here we go. Let's see. Ooh, it's a squiggly squid. That is a -2. If you fail, and this is an attack or evasion, okay. So it's not, but -2, we did fail, so we failed by 3. Discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. For each curse, or if a curse was discarded, deal 1 direct damage. Oh god. Okay, well, looks like we're taking damage. Yeah, this is going well already. Okay, so now we're going to get this final clue. So first thing we want to do is put the Black Book in play. The Black Book will give us a +1 to intellect and willpower. And we can actually reduce the cost of cards by taking horror, but I don't want to do that right now unless I have a way to heal horror. Okay, and now we're going to investigate with 6 cents. So we're going to do 5 to a 3, -3, not good enough. God, final action. 5 to a 3, -3. I swear I'm mixing the bag. So that's a favorite. So much for that turn. God, I'm wasting time. Draw a card. It is deny existence. Very nice. Gain a resource. Another doom. That's 2 doom. And we draw our first enemy, and it is a Covenant Initiate. Discard the top 2 cards. 1, 2. And if the deck runs out, then you draw the topmost hex. Okay, not a big deal. But now we have to deal with her. So we're going to have to evade her. I'm going to have to use this on this, but the bag is not that bad, though. Let's try and evade her normally. 3 to a 2. This quickly thing. Is it an attack or evasion attempt? It is. Resolve each haunted ability. It's not a haunted. There's no haunted ability. Wow, we're not pulling well from this bag at all. We'll do it again. Evade. -4. My God. I am not doing well here. Last attempt. Well, here's what we can do. We could seal. Yeah, but that's not gonna... No, I'd rather take the horror. Let's just try and evade again. Try to avoid an attack. Auto fail, which will turn into an auto success. Use Mateo ability. Auto success, she is evaded. We get an extra action. We will play Seal the Elder Sign to grab this clue. And we'll choose to get an extra action. So that earns us a victory point. We'll use the extra action to move to Hangman's Brook. Get the heck out of there. Alright, wow, that was a tough one. Okay, that's the end of the turn. She will ready. And then we'll draw a card, and it is a Desperate Search. Very nice. Gain a resource. 3 Doom. Centuries of Secrets again. This is not good. I don't like this. There are worse ones, so I don't want to use up my water protection on this, because there are certainly worse ones. 0. Look at that. 5 to a 5. We succeed, so nothing happens. Okay, let's continue on. We move in, and that is a 2 shroud location. We're testing 5 to a 2. -2, okay. Maybe our luck's starting to turn around. Action number 3, let's do it again. 5 to a 2. -2 again. I promise you guys, I'm shuffling this bag around. So we've earned our second victory point. And that is our turn. She's not a hunter, so she stays there. Draw a card. And it is Uncage the Soul. Excellent. I needed that, actually. We are at 4 Doom. And we draw Racked. Racked. Let's see. -1 to each of your skills during the first skill test. Honestly, not too worried yet about that one. So, I'll just let it go. Okay. Action number 1. We'll play Uncage the Soul. So that we can play Shriveling. I'll try to miss. Alright, let's do Shriveling for now. Or miss. Miss kind of works a little bit better in this scenario. We'll go with Miss Aurelia. So this has 4 charges. Papi, you're in the way, Papa. Alright, so. Let's see. So that was action number 1. Action number 2. I guess let's spend resources because we have nothing else to do. Or our clues, I mean. So we'll spend our clues, we'll advance the act. We still have 2 actions left.
Soft chanting guides you to a gloomy clearing near the abandoned chapel. A circle of witchweed surrounds the clearing, swaying gently in the breeze. At the center of the clearing, a cloaked woman kneels in front of an unmarked grave, far from the remainder of the graveyard. You watch in quiet for a few minutes while the woman sings an old somber melody. It reminds you somewhat of a child's lullaby, soothing but with dark gravity that betrays its purpose. As soon as the song ends, the woman's cloak dissolves into mist and she vanishes in a swirl of shadows. With the mist comes the revenants of the past, witches who were executed hundreds of years ago and whose hateful spirits have returned to wreak vengeance upon the living.
So we have 2 actions left. Action 1, let's investigate here. Elder sign. Alright, so we'll take the extra action. We gain our victory point back. So we still have 2 actions left. So I guess let's move into this one, Chapel Attic. And we'll spend a clue to flip her and read her, and we do not resolve her thing. Her forced ability. So it makes an immediate attack for the remainder of the scenario. This can't be defeated other than its parley ability. It can only be activated while at a spectral location, and plus an extra clue to trigger. So that's not good. Oh, that's so unfair. I mean, come on. So she turns around and hits us anyways. So now we still have to parlay with her. Cost an extra clue. And then we can defeat her, actually. So we can flip this to a spectral and then parlay. So she hits us for 1 damage and 1 horror. We need a way to heal ASAP. Okay. And then let's, so this says, while investigating, add the number of cards in your hand to the skill value for the investigation. I have 4 cards, so I have a 3-4 intellect. Or, actually, if I use 6 cents, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'd be 9, 2, and 8. That's still not the best, but so I have 2 actions. I have 1 action because I moved into the chapel attic. So let's all right, let's try to get this clue. 9 to an, oh, here's a test. Well, first test each round, which I ought to succeed at. So 9 to an 8, come on. -1. Hey, we got it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend both of these clues. It's a free action. Oh, it can only do it at a spectral location, so we got to flip the location. It's a free action to do that. Yep, once per round. Okay. So this goes to a spectral location, chapel attic. It says, while investigating, add the number of cards in your hand to your skill value. Discard random cards from your hand. Okay, so it's haunted. So we flip it, and we're going to use the 2 clues. It's again a free action. So we're going to defeat her. She's banished. Victory display. We have 2 victory points. Okay, let's. That ends our turn. So now there are no hunters. We draw a card. Oh no! And we discard all of our resources. So that is paranoia. Mateo is very paranoid. Oh, you know what? That's fine, actually. It's okay. And then now we gain resources. So then 5. This is spectral. So now we have to draw from the spectral deck. Realm of Torment. Put Realm of Torment Oh, heck no. So this is one of those scary cards. So this is one that I will water protection immediately. Because it's just too brutal. We take a horror. Yeah, we're on our way to defeat here. Okay, that's the end of the Mythos phase. Now it's our turn. I want to grab this victory point. So, action 1, action 2, and then let's draw a card. Action 3, we draw a card. Hey, Hollowed Mirror. Actually, that's actually very, very helpful right now. So, that ends our turn. There are no hunters. Draw a card. Thermos! Look at that. Gain a resource. Alright, so Thermos, that's good. We don't have the resources to pay for it, but it's okay. We can play the Hollowed Mirror next round. So, we gained a resource. So, we now add another Doom. And we get Evil Past. Goes in our third area. When the encounter deck runs out of cards, we test, take 2 horror and test. Yeah, okay. Not a big deal. We are far away from that happening. Okay, so it is our turn again. We'll gain a resource. Spend 2 resources to play Hollowed Mirror. I love this card. So we'll get our 3 bonded cards. 1 goes in our hand, 2 go into our deck. I think we're a little better equipped now to deal with some of these witches. So let's play a Soothing Melody, which heals us 2 horror or 2 damage. I'm going to heal 2 damage right now. And then we draw a card. Hey, it's another Soothing Melody. Perfect. Well, I shall take this opportunity to do it again. Only I'm going to heal 2 horror. Soothing Melody. Heal 2 horror. Draw a card. 6 cents. That's my turn. There are no hunters. We draw a card. Codex of Aegis. Excellent. Gain a resource. Doom on the agenda. We are now at 7 Doom, so this agenda will flip next round. Another Covenant Initiate. Not too worried about this one. So we're going to use, actually that kind of helps us because it'll gain us an extra action here by using Miss. So we're going to Miss Aurelia, avoid her or evade her. So we're testing a 5 to a 2. -2. That is good enough. She is evaded. And we get to move for free to Haunted Fields. That was action number 1. Action number 2. Let's investigate. She's going to do an attack of opportunity, but that's okay. We'll take the horror. And we're investigating 5 to a 3. Let's commit... no, let's not commit anything. 5 to a 3. Come on, victory point. -1. Yes. All right, we are at 3 victory points now. So this actually is going far better than it's ever gone for me. So we have 1 more action. Let's go ahead and use Miss Aurelia again to evade this lady. 5 to a 2. 0. She is evaded. Oh, I forgot to do the effect with her. We're going to discard 2 cards. Let's move to Heretic's Graves. Okay. And let's use our free action to do this and look at her side, her other side. So she says, Keep this card in your threat area. This side face up. And then if you're a Chapel Crypt, that's all the way on the other side. Okay, if you're a Chapel Crypt and has no clues, then you test. Then the ghost is banished. Oh man, okay, so we have to... I don't know that it's worth it to go all the way to the other side for this one. I guess we can try. Okay, well that's all my actions. So, enemies ready. Yeah, and then we have to... I think I might go... Because with this one, we're going to have to go through 2 enemies. 3 now, because this guy's coming up. So, there are no hunters. Hey, we got the last... Wow, I swear I shuffled. Soothing Melody. So far right now, what we have in our hands, we got plenty of healing cards now. So now we have a way to power through some of these direct damage and horror things. But the bad news is this is advancing. So
the sobs of the dead echo throughout the woods, accompanied by murmured promises and whispered threats. But when the spectral mist blots out the sky, all turns quiet and still. Your hair stands on end, and you begin to tremble. Every fiber of your being screams flight. The hunter has smelled the blood of its prey, and now it has come to claim your fate. Death's approach. Hangman's hills plunged into darkness as the spectral mist invades every inch of the woods and the chapel. Somewhere in the mist, the watcher spies its prey, with eyes as empty as graves.
this is insane. Okay. Things are going to start going really bad right now because locations cannot be flipped now. So now we have to get to the other side, and we have a gazillion enemies to deal with. The Spectre Watcher. Sorry, I didn't show it to you guys. Here's the Spectre Watcher. Okay. Well, that was fun. And then we still draw an encounter card, but it's a Spectral now. So let's see. And it is Bane of the Living. Some pretty cool artwork. Peril, you must choose an unfinished business card and play. Flip it to its heretic side and place damage on it. No way I'm doing that. Discard cards from the top of the Spectral encounter deck until Geist enemy is discarded. And spawn that enemy. You better believe that's exactly what I'm doing. So, here's a Geist. So we get this guy. So we have a Wraith, and we have this Heretic now engaged with us. Oh boy, okay. We have our work cut out for us here. We're going to have to fight our way out, but I don't know that we can. We did get 3 victory points. I think we may just leave here. This is getting way too heavy. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is let's Mist of Roulette. So we're going to use that on the Wraith. Oh, it's a Hunter. Yeah, we're just going to have to get out of here. It's too much heat. Like, we don't have any ways to put something else out, and we're running out of charges. So what I guess what we're going to have to do here is evade the Wraith. It's a Hunter, so it's still going to come after us, but that's fine. So let's use the Miss. We're testing at a 5 to a 2. 0. He's evaded. He stays there, and we move for free. We move right here. Oh boy, this scenario just gets so crazy tough. Okay, now I feel like even a 30 experience point deck would have trouble in this one to get all the people. Even two of them seems pretty hard because like this one is making me go all the way to the other side just to get the victory point. Like and then you probably have to do that with like quite a few of them, which is a lot to ask for, to be honest. Especially when you got enemies everywhere stopping you. Okay, so enough complaining, Vase. Let's let's figure out how we're gonna get out of here. I mean, we can just take the hits and then resign. We got plenty of health and sanity. So she engaged us. So we have these two engaged with us. We're gonna move in here. We take 2 horror and 1 damage. And then we resign. That's it. So we got 3 victory points. And we did talk to one of the Geist or whatever heretics. Overall, I think Mateo did pretty well considering how difficult this scenario is. So can't complain. Can't complain about his performance here. This is an extremely difficult scenario. This one and the one before are very tough. I think this one's tougher. The other one's just really long. But enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching.
Rays of faded sunlight stream through the haze, and the unnatural mist finally recedes. As it does, Hangman's Hill returns to its original state. No other spiteful ghosts emerge to haunt you, and the witches who summoned them have retreated into the shadows once more. You hope that you have done enough to prevent the rest of Arkham to succumbing to this horror.